The year was 1975. A strong back-to-the-land movement had been building in America for nearly a decade. Many people were turning to gardening to feed their families. Inspired by this trend, Dean Leith, the CEO of Gardenway, founded Capital District Community Gardens. With just 2 employees working out of an old storefront in Troy, we planned and put into action a network of 8 community gardens to help families grow their own food. As we made our way into the 1980s, we implemented a senior gardening program and in 1981 purchased our first permanent garden site in Troy. The 80s were all about community involvement and self-reliance. We quickly became advocates for community gardening at the state and national level. We were viewed as experts in our field. After just 10 years, we had 17 gardens with 200 plots. We started education classes and held our first and now famous spring brunch. In the 90s, the organization was maintaining community gardens and helping to beautify our city streets, fostering a sense of community. By the late 90s, we had planted nearly 200 trees in the city of Troy. The program was thriving, and soon other cities were using it as a model. In 1998, we made our way into Albany, acquiring 13 garden sites, bringing our total garden number to 29. By the end of the decade, we had 34 garden sites in Albany and Rensselaer counties, serving nearly 500 families. We were officially a regional organization. In 2000, we added Schenectady to our roster, adopting management of 5 existing community gardens. Then in 2003, we found our home at 40 River Street in Troy, where the organization lived for the next 12 years. The move gave us room to grow, and over the next decade, our once small group grew to include 7 distinct programs. 2004 brought the launch of the Squash Hunger Food Donation Program, which provided more than 6,000 pounds of fresh food to soup kitchens, pantries, and shelters in its first year. The Taste Good series soon followed, introducing hundreds of city children to healthy food right in their classrooms. And in 2007, the Vegemobile made its debut, bringing fresh produce to food-insecure neighborhoods. Serving tens of thousands of elderly, low-income, and disabled inner-city residents weekly, the Vegemobile became an icon for fresh food access in our region. It also became the national model for mobile markets. In 2009, we developed our Produce Project, a year-round job training program for inner-city youth. 2 years later, we partnered with local convenience stores in our Healthy Stores program, and we launched the Vegemobile Sprout, expanding our reach to inner-city neighborhoods that lacked access to fresh food. Our family of programs expanded as we partnered with local physicians to get fresh produce to patients with diabetes and hypertension through VeggieRx. And we launched our online marketplace, the Virtual Vegemobile, which connects local farmers with consumers. In December of 2014, Capital District Community Gardens officially became Capital Roots. The name change was announced at the grand opening of the Urban Grow Center, our new headquarters and regional food hub, a project 10 years in the making. After 40 years, we have tremendous history to look back on, but more importantly, so much to look forward to. Over the next 5 years, the Urban Grow Center will cultivate our ability to increase programming and expand our reach in the capital region. But we can't do it alone. Fresh, affordable food is a right and not a privilege. Help us provide that right to everyone in our community. Help us grow the dream.